friends, it's Kat. I was coming to you on this YouTube video to show you how I made these cards. They're all the same style, as you can tell. Each one is painted with Aquapainter and my Stella. I love my Stella. I use it all the time. On just some watercolor paper, just to give it that really artistic watercolor background that blends in with all the other colors here that I have going on. This paper, these florals, I cut out of the brand new DSP in the 2018 Occasions catalog. Here it is right here. And this is the Petal Palette, which is probably one of my absolute favorite, all this entire catalog, even though I must say, here's my Petal Passion Suite, but Petal Palette is the name of the stamp set. I haven't gotten the stamp set yet. I really need to. But this is the DSP right here. And this one, I see a little tiny corner of it right there, but all of this was cut from that style. And this is it right here. You can see they used it there and they cut some out themselves. I fussy cut everything here myself. And see, they used the Aquapainter and they did some aqua painting as well. It just screams to me, this set palette, this set screams Aquapainter watercolor painting. Oh, I just love it. Like here's a couple examples of the flowers cut, just fussy cut out without being painted yet. These two, they're going to be used as a focal point on a card that I'm going to do soon. I can't wait. Definitely see reds and oranges and yellows here and as well. Anyway, these cards were all done because I had a swap recently that we called the Color Challenge. And we use Elegant Eggplant, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Soft Suede, and Powder Pink that you see right there that popped up on the screen. And when I saw those colors all together, it was kind of hard, but I definitely saw floral. But then I really saw a watercolor background. So that's what these are essentially like, it's like a painting in the background, and then these flowers just really pop from it. It's all painted using the Aquapainter and the Stella. So what this video, I'm not going to show you how to do the whole thing. Oh, let me show you the inside too. And then I have You Are Simply Amazing. This is from the Celebration, that one of the free sets that you can get out of the Celebration 2018 catalog. That's good through the end of March. And I did the same thing there. Those are just pieces that I had as well. I did just a little guy right there on the inside. And of course, if you can see that, got to have a little Stella. I love me some Stella. So everyone, I did a little different flower on the inside. And if you were a recipient of this swap, I sure hope you like it. This is probably one of my favorite swaps that I have done. And I always like to make them just a little different. But these were all painted with the Powder Pink right here and the Night of Navy and the Elegant Eggplant, where all my flowers are painted the same ones. And just different variations of how much I put on each one. I used the Aquapainter. And then I just went over the Stella with a little bit on the edge. And then I used Old Olive and Soft Suede to do the flowers. The flowers, I just did the soft suede in the center just to give it more of a watercolor effect. Anyway, so right now I'm going to talk about the background. See how each background's a little bit different. I think that's probably one of my favorites. I like when it's streaky. When it blends together, it looks pretty nice, but I definitely like the streakiness there. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Let me move my palette out of the way. So I first have a piece of watercolor paper. And this is cut to be, I have my measurements. Let's see, here's my ruler. Let's say I have, it's 4.5 by 3, roughly. 4.5 by 3 inch. And I use inches because I am in the US and we do inches. And I created the mask, see the frame around the edge? I'd seen someone else do it on YouTube or on my Facebook channel, and I can't remember who it was. It's one of the other demonstrators that did a phenomenal job. I have to find out who that is, and I will put their name below to give them credit for that, because that is just such a cool thing, create that pretty mask. And I did so with washi tape. So I just used a retired washi tape that I had, and I'm going to just, right here, I like to line it on the edge kind of straight, so that way I can make sure I kind of put them on there straight. And I gave it not too thick of a base, and I just taped it directly on my paper, just like that. And did that all the way around. I just love flowers. So funny, I'm such an eclectic mix of, it's either going to be flowers or it's going to be masculine with me. And it's so true because both, see, look how nice and easy that washi tape pulls up. I love either super feminine and girly or masculine. I don't know why that is. It's just my personality. Might have been growing up with two big brothers. So, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to do the same thing all the way around. This is where I'm using my tape to create my frame. I'm masking the edge, covering it up. And so that way, and I'm pushing down real good. That way the tape covers up that edge. And when I use my Aquapainter, the ink won't seep into that part. And even though and I'm just guesstimating the exact edge here. I'm not measuring anything. One side might be a smidge bigger than the other. That's just how it works when you're doing something nice. That's the whole part about being a handmade card. So I did do this in a specific order. First, I wanted to get a little bit wet. This already had blue on it, obviously from my daughter upstairs. How lovely is that? I did ask her to bring this down. She was playing with it, my 5-year-old. So luckily I do have blue in my card already, but not quite the same blue. Let's see if I can get it off a little bit. Using my baby wipes. There it goes. It blends in, which goes right along with what it is I'm doing anyways. There you go. That's why you always check your Aquapainter first. I saw blue in it, but I thought, it's just stained blue. So I want to get a little bit on here because colors just blend so much better if your Aquapainter, if you use Aquapainter and you make your water paper color wet first. It will go really nicely. So I did do this in specific order. I did use my pink first, powder pink. And I just taken it, I don't know if you can't see me over the edge there. I had put some pink in the lid, and I'm just literally going over the whole thing, giving a nice little wash. The pink is the only one that I do the entire thing over. And you'll see as I go along, just a quick little boop, 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 boop. And I'm making sure that each time I'm doing it in the same strokes. Like I'm going the same way. I'm not going back and forth and back and forth. All of them, it's going to the left. There we go. That's my pink. You don't want it to fill in a solid edge because it looks so much nicer when it's like a gradual versus a very crisp boop, boop line around the edge. That's just a very precise way to do it. Is boop, boop. That's how it works, right? Anyway, and then the brown, at first it doesn't quite look as good when you put it on. You'll see what I'm saying. But I didn't use a lot of brown. I just did a couple little places like right in here and then maybe just a little bit right in here. And it will blend in a little bit. And you don't want to blend in too much. Okay, that's all. I just did a little bit of the soft suede, not a lot. Then I come Old Olive. And if you want, you can wipe it off in between. I really didn't since I want to swirl them through anyways. Old Olive is probably the one I use the most color of because I really like that green effect. And I thought it looked the best. So I literally just took Old Olive and just some spots darker, some spots lighter, and just went all over. But every single one was different and is going to be different because you're never going to be able to put the exact spots, everything in the exact same location. Here we go. Okay, you can see, just barely see the pink in the background now. The green was my favorite pop. Next, I did just a little bit of blue, not a lot, since this is such a dark color, and then you even can wipe it off here and to make it lighter, and you just did some soft strokes. See here, sorry, I was quiet. I was like thinking about, where exactly did I do it? But see how it's like strokey? I really like that look of like, well, not strokey, but you can see my brush strokes. Okay, and so the last one, the purple one, I'm going to do just a little bit with my Aquapainter, and then I'm going to switch to my Wink Stella, because Wink Stella literally is Aquapainter, but with sparkles in it. But you just don't want to do too much, because sometimes it can put too much. I really like having the dark purple in the corner, a little bit there, and then I did a little bit right here. So see, I'm taking like this one over here, you can see it, and this is one of my favorites, and I do have quite a bit of blue, as you can see there, that's going along with it also. And so I'm going to next, okay, so I think that's good for that. I'm going to put a little Wink Stella, same thing, but you don't have to squeeze any extra because then you'll squeeze a big old glob of sparkle out. So I'm just going to go there, and then maybe a little bit right here, back over this spot, maybe a little bit right here, and a little bit down to here at the end. As you can see, now it's like that. And you can definitely see the strokes really well. I always wipe this off. I have to go to the side as I'm wiping this off on a baby. This is a baby wipe, but I usually use a paper towel, something like that, just to wipe so you get that extra ink off and it doesn't stay on like it just did when I started this one with the blue. But that is it. And then you can see now that there's Wink Stella. You can see the sparkle in there. Now there's Wink Stella inside there also. But I'm going to close this guy up, maybe. And Now on this is, see the Wink of Stella there too, just a little bit. I love me some sparkle and some Wink of Stella. But now when I peel off my mask, my washi tape, see how it gives a nice edge? It did peel a little bit there. Normally it doesn't peel my paper. And I can reuse it. Like when I did my swaps, I reused it, the washi tape, actually for 4 different cards, and I made 12 of them. 4 different cards. There you go. See, it's not peeling there. It did bleed through a little bit, but you know what? It's a handmade card. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then you can let it dry naturally, or you can use your heat tool and just then blow dry it, which is what I like to do a lot of times, because then that gets it doesn't give it enough time to then start to seep out, which watercolor sometimes likes to do. But that's what I just wanted to show you that. And then I would dry it with my heat tool, which I don't want to succumb you guys to that big loud noise. But see this, I did the green, more green, because I wanted the green to pop out with this. But I really like that one. See, that's similar, much more similar to this with the, you can see the nice brush strokes versus one like this one that you don't see the brush strokes as much. I love these flowers, but I like this kind of background better. Just personal preference. And then when I attached this on, I did it cattywampus. I had a different one on here and I didn't like it, so I took it off. But that's what's awesome. You can reuse your stuff when you're done. Don't have it together, but I put it on like this, and then I did use my Wink of Stella and went just a little bit right here and here, just to bring in more of the sparkle, as you can see, right there and right there. But and then on here I just outlined the flowers, and I have a couple other flowers I've already painted that I could put on there as well, and I have the inside again, You Are Simply Amazing. But I just wanted to show you how I made that background. I made that really pretty watercolor look, and you can do it with anything. I really think you should do some light and dark colors to get the contrast. And I personally love starting with the light colors because you can always add more dark colors later, and you just do a little bit at a time. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial about how to create a watercolor background, like a winter wash, oh, not winter wash, a color wash in the background, you could say. And it always, like I've already said, I know sometimes I repeat myself, just my personality, but as you can see, the background is different every time. But I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up below. Let me know what you think. And if you would have suggestions for anything else you would like to see, put that in the comments below. If you try this out and you really like it, put that in the comments below also. I would love to hear what everybody has created and what they think of the color combination, because for this color challenge, I actually was the one that created it, probably about 4 months before we decided to do it. So when I went back and looked at it, I was like, oh, I forgot I chose those colors. Oh, what am I going to do with them? Okay, let's figure this out. So that's when I came up with this, and I really like it a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want to get some more tips and tricks, check out my website or subscribe below. Thank you, everyone, and happy crafting. Bye, crafting friends.